My name is Anthony Vasquez. I came to Grow Church about 2.5 years ago. At that time, I was homeless. I was sleeping in my car. I was addicted to drugs, addicted to alcohol, and I actually came to Naples, Florida, to go to a rehabilitation center, rehab. That was a very tough decision to make, being that I have a 10-year-old son back home. His name is Jeremiah. My life took a turn during my water baptism. And I remember, I was about to make me cry. I remember when I came out of that water, I felt the presence of God. I felt something was different, something has changed. I wanted to occupy my time and my life with church and with God, all things that were related to God. So I did join a men's grow group, and that's where I started getting introduced to other men in the church. And I started realizing, I'm not the only person walking through battles like this. There's other people. I've never volunteered before. I've never served before. And, just to be part of a team to help the church out and to meet people, and I thought it was an awesome experience, so I did. It's been one of the best decisions I ever did. It's only been encouraging and motivating and uplifting and positive things, which have really, really helped me in my walk. I make sure I wake up early, I come in early, we help set up the tents, we help set up the tables, we get the shirts together, and then I get to say good morning to everybody that comes through those doors. And Jeremiah's served with me here as a greeter. During that time, I was at St. Matthew's house. I remember I was sitting on my bunk and I got an email in the middle of the night about a position that opened up at the Ritz-Carlton here in Naples. I felt like God was telling me just to be honest, be transparent and be honest. There's nothing, you don't need to hide anything. The assistant director at that time was actually, he was a man of God, and we had a 3-hour-long interview. Probably the most meaningful interview I've ever had in my life for a position, for a job. I was actually working at the hotel while living in the homeless shelter at the Ritz-Carlton. It's only God. There's no other way that I can explain other than God had his hand in that. I got connected with Sonia doing the grow teams here serving. And Sonia really pushed me and motivated me, and she pushed me into inquiring and looking into buying a home. And she walked me through that process, and Jeremiah was there when I closed on my house. He was running around the house picking his room. I was sleeping in my car. I was addicted to drugs. I was an alcoholic. Couldn't hold a job. Had no contact with my family. Nobody wanted anything to do with me. Fast forward now, 2.5 years later, I have one of the best jobs that I've ever had in my life. I now own a home. I have a relationship with my family like I've never had before. I'm able to be the father that I was never able to be before. I go back to St. Matt's now and share my story. I go back to that rehab, share my story, give them encouragement and hope. I'm able to look in the mirror now and not be ashamed of who I am.